Some people laugh, some people cry by Sri Sri. Srirangam Srinivasa Rao, popularly known as Sri Sri, was born on 13th April 1910 in Visakhapatnam. He is a major radical poet and novelist. He introduces free verse into his socially concerned poetry through Mahaprasathanam. Srirangam Srinivasa Rao was the first true modern Telugu poet to write about contemporary issues that affect the day-to-day life of a common man in a style and meter which were not used in classical Telugu poetry. He wrote visionary poems and moved poetry forward from traditional mythological themes to reflect more contemporary issues. Sri Sri was a screenwriter for several Telugu films, and also he has penned lyrics for over 1,000 soundtracks in Telugu. He won Sahitya Academy Award in 1973, Filmfare Award in 2002, and National Film Award for Best Lyrics in 1974. So ये था श्री श्री के बारे में और कैसे इन्होंने डे टू डे लाइफ से तेलुगु पोइट्री को रिलेट किया. अब हम पोएम पे चलते हैं. Some people laugh, some people cry. A man walks on the bridge and gives away the change in his pocket to a beggar. He gives away his wristwatch to a nurse who happens to walk towards him. He throws his coat into the river and follows the coat into the water. A man knows all the ins and outs of the stray rupees trees sprout in his palm. They lay golden eggs in the bank. Tears strip from them like yolk. A man sits silently near a milestone. He waits as if someone may arrive any minute. He eats peas as his count passes. He forgets it all time looking at a cloud. A man wandered around carrying ladders. He has goose eggs in his bag. He leans his ladder against the wall. He climbs the ladder and throws an egg into the sky. He is the same guy who bought Harish Chandra for a heap of gold that high. A man investigates hole. The different size a man offers anarchy for sale. He appears to be waiting in space, searching for something with his long arms. He eats nothing but giant lemon found in the lake of blood in the hearts of the young, and that too only once a day. A man spends time singing Raga Kamboji. In it, it is not unnecessary to remind you that he has a lute with him. He has fingers only to legislate the ragas, sung at the appropriate times as the Dutch stars catch fire. Lakes on the moon come to a boil. Winters begins to burn and my heart begins to offer marriage to the butterfly. A man puts camphor in his eyes and red lead on his cheeks. He is a poet. He interprets the message he receives in secret codes and works for the Air Force. He is the one big reason for the fall of prices in the market. A man meditates with a string of Rudraksh beads around his neck. What's the use of knowing that there is no use in my pleading with the people not to break coconuts in front of him? A man loves only one woman. She dies. Follows the rest of the story on the silver screen. A man gets hanged. Society buys peace with its death. The law signs with relief. Every evening, a blind dog visits the spot where his blood was spilled and barks piteously. This man was so proud he refused to say he was unjustly hanged. A man becomes great by making speeches. Another becomes poor by drinking too much. One takes a copper from his maternal aunt and buys a kite. Another grabs it from him. A man runs away. Another fucks up his life. Another gets married. One man sleeps. Another dozes. Another talks and talks to while away time. One man's crying makes you laugh. Another's laughs makes you cry. I can prove this with examples. And on And on and on and on and on and on. So, when will this end? Son, this is endless. Analyze the poem now. Sri Sri tried to express about the individual inner realm of the Telugu Vediki through his experiment in surrealistic writing. This poem presents the chaotic psychological state of the modern Indians, societal tendency of man with plenty and yet with nothing to lure them to peaceful state of existence. It is very much apparent in the first stanza that ends with the words, he throws his coat into the river and follows the coat into the water. Albert Camus talked about serious business of suicide in his myth of Sisyphus. It's about a punishment to a king and basically introduces the idea of existential crisis. There have been many great minds who have wholeheartedly agreed with the man's wish to end his life in order to get new birth after forgetting present burden. Jean Amre, a German author, called suicide a romantic escapade that gives men ultimate in life and most desired freedom. Sri Sri stresses upon the theme of absurd in 20th century. He is like Samuel Beckett says, he waits as if someone may arrive any minute, forgets all the time looking at a cloud. Nobody turns up, just like it's in Beckett's Waiting for Good. His theme of absurd is correlated to one where one finds Sri Sri speaking against suicide in the same poem. Sartre describes absurd people as those who do not wish to take their lives. Those people wish to continue with the hopelessness of the life. Such people are subjected to experience of the divine irresponsibility. Characters of Sri Sri poem can be found in everyday's world of present society. These characters are hollow inside their emotionalness, and some have big emotional problems while others have smaller. They themselves have created a meaningless existence by following wrong paths, by cheating others to hoard money, by talking too much, by wasting value time in sleep. He creates picture of urban society where justice is difficult to find. Here is a man who is hypocrite, who acts like a devote. Sri Sri found surrealism too much to take in. His feelings reverberate in the end, and on and on and on and on and on.